Between the Dinosaur Support coming out and a ban list, we have been seeing seismic activity within the markets, so let's get into a market watch. First off, I would like to cover that Baby Cerosaurus is seeing a lot of spike right now. Unlike a bunch of the cards we're going to be listing, this has already seen a bunch of change in the markets, literally overnight. Beforehand, it was sitting at about $1, and we see that nice spike right there all the way up to $5. And if we're looking into cards that are available right now, we are seeing just right under sixes. Anything past that, we're looking at $6 a pop for the Babysaurus. And as we are familiar with all the dinosaur support that has been in the past and coming out, they're all revolving around destroying cards in hand, sometimes even destroying cards in deck. So the Babysaurus is going to be a huge staple going into the future, as well as like we've seen in the past, because once it's destroyed, you get to special summon a level 4 or lower dinosaur monster directly from the deck. So being able to pop cards like this in your hand, summoning monsters from the deck, is going to be utilized heavily going into the future. And again, we've already seen a lot of activity in the markets. As for this card, it's already $6. So if you are unable to pick up this copy, do not fear, because we have a bunch of commons as well, and even a rare from the El Dorado. So there's quite a few easy to get versions of this. You don't have to just go for the OTS Super. But following that trend, we're going to be talking about the Fossil Dig, specifically from OTS 7. It has seen a little bit of an increase, but overall, we're seeing that it isn't like too much of an increase. It's not going to break the budget. So Super Rare Fossil Dig, I do believe, is a nice little card to consider picking up, especially if you're going to be going into the dinosaur format with the deck. Right now, they're sitting about $2, maybe a little bit more after you're including shipping, $2-3 right there. But for an OTS Super, especially from all the way back from OTS 7, that's a pretty nice dollar amount considering what it is. And I think it has a lot of room for improvement, and we're going to be seeing it go up as we get closer to that dinosaur format. But again, if you're not really interested into that version, but you still want to add some bling to the deck, we do have Fossil Dig from Brothers of Legend. Good old Brothers of Legend, bringing out a lot of cards for a good value, okay? And that again has seen a little bit of an increase again overnight, but that's from about 40 cents to 70 cents, and we are still seeing some right now. You can pick up for about 40 cents, but after shipping, it does go up above $1 per, okay? So always consider the shipping before you buy, because that will change the price drastically. But still, we're not seeing them completely spike out of control. So if you're still wanting a little bit of bling in the deck but not breaking the budget, I do suggest the Brothers of Legend Fossil Dig. But if you want to go hardcore bling, there is always the OTS Pack 7. And again, keeping with that dinosaur theme, we still have Lost Worlds from the structure deck of the Dino Smashers Fury, okay? And again, we've probably seen a little bit of increase from this, but it hasn't actually just been overnight. It's been kind of over the course of a little bit, and they're still sitting at about $1, maybe a little bit more because again the shipping, but these are still super affordable considering they're the holographic version all the way back from the structure deck. And I do believe the other versions are 2 rares, so again, this is the most blinged out version from that structure deck. So if you want to go bling, do you consider picking that up? They're still relatively cheap right now, okay? But moving off of the dinosaur support, we are seeing a bunch of options in the market right now, some really good prices, especially moving into the future. And I'd like to start off with Chaos Space. So from Battles of Legends, the Crystal Revenge, Chaos Space got a printing as a secret rare, and I would like to consider just letting you know, we are looking forward to a Chaos Dragon, or yeah, kind of like the Chaos Dragon remake deck eventually coming down the pipeline. So a lot of players are actually prepping themselves for that Chaos format. We've even seen a lot of support come out for Chaos format, so it is little to no surprise that people are seeing a little bit of fluctuation in this market. Right now, it's going to cost you a little bit over $3 and some change to pick up the secret rare Chaos Space. Honestly, there's been one buyer who's been picking up all the $2 ones, and they've been sniping them out. And then even some above, we're seeing $3.99s. You're having like 30 purchases from that from one seller. And even going down, we've seen that there has been actually activity in the last few days of bulk sales of this card going out. So people are getting ready for this card to see an increase in value, especially if we ever get an announcement with any of the Chaos Dragon structure decks coming down the pipeline, okay? So keep that in mind. Chaos Space secret rare from Crystal Revenge. We do have the super rare version, and then we also have the collector rare version, which is hitting triple digits right now, okay? So hitting with that secret rare, giving you a little bit of bling for not a lot of value, and honestly, I think is the time to be picking up or consider picking up these secret rare Chaos Spaces. Again, we're going to be seeing an increase in the future for them. And again, keeping with that Chaos kind of archetype, we do have Chaos Creator from the Crystal Revenge as well. It's almost like Konami sets this up a little bit beforehand. They know they know what they're doing. But unlike the space, the Chaos Creator is a relatively cheap card overall. We're seeing that it's basically 50 cents, $1.50 if you're including the shipping. I'm sure you can get some bulk orders or a little bit more from one seller. You know, there's some 3 here, 43 there. So you can pick up Chaos Creator at a relatively affordable price. Again, we have other versions of Chaos Creator, but as secret rares age, they really do increase in value, and that is why I do suggest picking up secret rares compared to supers, because we see for ultras and supers, once they start heavily reprinting cards, they reprint them the same rarity as ultras or supers and keep that one copy of the secret rare. Moving off the chaos theme, and just kind of overall, if you have a little bit more budget to throw around and want to pick up some collector options, we do have Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries as the OTS Pack 20 Ultimate Rare, and we actually saw it go from about a little bit under 30, it shot all the way up to a little bit like $40 a piece, and it has dropped again, okay? And you can now pick up versions of this card for under $30 even as near mints, okay? So if you want near mint ultimate rare Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, do consider them now. We're seeing them kind of at a low. I don't think they're going to go too much lower. I mean, if they hit 25s, I'd be surprised, but we could maybe see a few sore thumbs, you know, sticking out there, but they will probably be bought in immediately. So if you're waiting to pick up on the Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries Ultimate Rare, I do suggest doing so now, because they are looking really good, and I do think that these can be a good side deck against the Kashira mirror match, as we talked about in our most recent video. So great time to pick these ultimates up if that's what you're into. And again, if you're getting anything from these market watches, anything from the videos, or just keep coming back to the channel and seeing my face, I would very much appreciate if you consider supporting the channel. Hit the subscribe button, and if you're thinking of any cards that I didn't mention that you would like mentioned, do comment down below, and we definitely read those and we reply to those. But again, do support the channel and hit that subscribe. Following up with the more cards that we could see kind of increasing into the Kashira format is the Charmers. We have the Earth Charmer, and honestly, from the, let's see, the 2021 tin, they are relatively cheap right now. Again, we're literally seeing them under 30 cents a piece. That's insane, and I do believe we're going to be seeing some Charmers increase in value simply because in Kashira format, since a lot of the Kashiras are different attributes, you can link with them. One's the Earth, we also have the Wind, so we're going to be seeing a lot of linking, and I think we can see some link climbing, especially using these Charmers. So the Earth is at a relatively cheap price, especially when you look at the Wind Charmer, okay? And that's been from the most the tin before that last one, so it was the 2020 tin, and we're seeing these actually sit about $2 to $3 a piece. So the other one's 23 cents or under 30 cents, I think it's 29 cents. These are literally $3 a piece. So if the Earth Charmer goes any route like the Wind Charmer, we're going to be seeing an increase of price in that as well. Another card I think a lot of players are starting to pick up on, and we're going to see an increase in price soon, will be Wallow, founder of the Drudge Dragons. And yes, it's a super rare out of Darkwing Blast, but we've seen significant increase in price from 30 cents all the way up to 60 cents. You can literally grab some right now. We see a huge stack for 50 cents right there from Mystic TCG. Shout out to them. Actually know those guys, they're awesome. But yeah, they're literally sitting at 50 cents a piece right now, and I do believe we will see an increase in price of this going forward. Yes, tiers did kind of get cycled out, so people are not playing the Bestials as much, but I do believe in the future, especially if we do get any of the Chaos support at all announced, that we're going to be seeing an increase in this card overall, because people would be teching the Bestials against them, as well as a lot of players have found out that just overlaying into this guy is a great option and has a lot of utility and control over the match itself. Next up on the list for Kashira as well, kind of talking about that, is Light Force Sword. Now, I had a video about the super rare one way back when it was literally like less than $1 a piece. Now we see that those super rares are about $7-8 a piece right now. But if you're looking for a cheap yet kind of cool version of Light Force Sword, we have a bunch of commons, some rares, but we also do have the Retro Pack 2, okay? And it has seen an increase in price. They used to literally be under 25 cents. Now they're sitting at about, you know, I'd say we got some for 25, but you got that dollar shipping. But then we get into some for 50 cents, okay, that you can actually be picking up multiple copies of. So they're about 50 to 75 cents that's going to cost you to pick up one of these right now. But still, it is a relatively cheap version of Light Force Sword if that is something you want to start teching in the Kashira deck, because not only do you get to hit a card out of your opponent's hand, but it will actually trigger your Kashira effects or the Diablos effect. So if you can't trigger its effect on your opponent's turn, you're having some problems doing that, consider Light Force Sword so you get that secondary banish from the opponent's deck, okay? And I've actually had that used against me, and it completely made it where I decked out on the following turn. So do consider Light Force Sword, especially Retro Pack if you're looking to budget. Next up, honestly, this one I'm super excited about, but it is Ultra Rare Beautiful Princess, okay, from Magnificent Mavens. I do think this is a secret gem in that pack, honestly. It came out as a holo. We saw the rare actually shoot up, I think it was like $16 for near mint first editions. Obviously, it was the only printing, yes, but looking at the Beautiful Princess and how these are literally like 40 to 50 cents right now. Yes, there's some shipping with them, but we also see some orders right there where you can get more than one. I think this is a steal, honestly. If you're considering any fish deck in the future or just want to pick up some copies to solidify yourself, make sure that you don't have to pay over a premium in the future, I'd be picking up Ultra Rare Beautiful Princesses now. This is a beautiful time for it. And again, like we've seen cards like Chaos Hunter literally spike in those sets, and a lot of times a lot of those ultras are kind of sleeper until they're not, and then it's too late to pick them up at a really decent price. And then also on the list, as a card we mentioned before, and again utilizing it in Kashira because you can summon back, is Draco Utopian Aura. And we've seen this card kind of just completely tank from when it first came out. We even have unlimited versions of these now, but I do consider like a secret rare of a counter trap that has a free monster negate. Yes, their monster has to be on the field, but it is a free negate. You don't have to pitch a card, you don't have to do anything, you just negate and destroy their card, and then you have the option to banish a monster from your hand to special summon the destroyed monster that was sent to the graveyard by its effect, okay? Keep in mind, it will negate the effects of the cards it destroys and revives, but if you banish a Kashira from your hand on your following turn, you can actually use Birth to bring it back, so you're not really losing out on any options, and you just gain a lot of resources. And again, it's a secret rare counter trap that's sitting under $1 or just slightly, well, some of these are under $1, these are over, and again with shipping I guess you're looking at about $2 and some change, $2 and some change. But still, for a secret rare counter trap that does so much, I do think that is something to be considering going into the future. And again guys, if you get anything from these videos at all or enjoy any of the content, do consider smashing that subscribe button. Our numbers have been shooting up, and I do very much appreciate that. All the support has been amazing. And again, if you're looking for any other market watches, some cards have already fluctuated, some are sitting still at amazing prices. We're going to be posting them kind of flinging over that way. And then as well, if you're looking into some cards that are going to be raising up and just being seen a lot of play in 2023, we're going to be having a video shoot up right above us. But again guys, smash that subscribe button, enjoy the rest of your evenings, and suck it nerds.